Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Pattison Ave Phanatics Show. I am your host, Tom Kelly. With me, as always, Willie Guns.
What's up, Philly?
Alan Andrikavage.
Let's go Birds.
Go Birds. And Mike Fuge.
NFC Championship, 3 o'clock. Bring on those Washington Commanders. How's everybody doing? We're all fired up here after that big win. How you doing, fellas?
I love it.
Enjoying the night.
I have to put this out here right now in the universe. I am going to be a horrendous host today. The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame are in the national championship game right now. So if you see my eyes, very nice, very nice. If you see my eyes get drifting up, just the fellas will have to pull me back in. Spectre, Norm, get ready to cry. Norm is our Washington insider, Spectre, so he will be on later on today. Big show. Mike Fuge with the grab. Got Pat Callahan from. He's the host of This Week in Pro Football, coming on at 8:40 here on the program. So in about 8 minutes, Pat should be jumping in with us. We're gonna kind of cover all things from yesterday's game. Look ahead with Pat. We'll also see what he's got going on and plug, of course, with our listeners and our viewership. Plug anything that Pat has going on. But yeah, so I guess we could get into a little bit. We could kind of dive into a little bit of this game. Where did you guys watch the game at yesterday? I won't go too far into the game. I watched it up here with Norm. Norm got to see a bit of my angst when I watched the game. Will has been a part of it. Fuge was with me when we watched us get kind of boat raced by Tampa a few years back, and Alan and I have watched games and gone to games together, so they know the kind of psychopath that I turn into, and it's only going to get worse here as now we're going into the NFC Championship. But where did you guys watch the game at? Will, where'd you tune in and watch the Birds from? Just home?
Good old South Philly at home.
I love it. So for those of you who don't know, Willie Guns lives close enough to where if something happens at the stadium and you're standing on his front step, you can hear it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's right down there off of 10th Street. He is not far from the stadium at all.
That street, baby.
Dude did 214 squats from the couch during the game. He counted how many times I stood up and sat down and stood up and sat down. And
you got to exercise some way.
Now, Fuge, you were down in South Philly too. Where'd you watch a game at?
I was in Xfinity Live. Actually, ran into Matt Nakobe Dean's dad.
I saw that.
That is so cool. That is so cool.
Really nice guy.
That's awesome. How did he say his son's doing after the injury and everything?
Well, today he was supposed to go get a second opinion on the injury, so.
Ooh, maybe a little insider info there.
Right.
He turned out to be a really good middle linebacker, really good field general. He really turned out to be really good.
100%.
He earned that green dot on the top of his helmet.
Yeah,
by far. He was exceptional.
The Mike linebacker there.
I always had faith in Nakobe when he got here. I don't care what anybody was saying. I felt like that was a great draft pick. I wanted him, so the fact that we did get him, that was huge.
Yes.
I feel like once Vic Fangio came in, he unlocked the full potential of these Georgia Bulldogs. They were already, they were coming in as studs for the most part. But Nolan Smith and Nakobe Dean, I really feel like Fangio put them on the map as far as.
I feel like he let them play. Just let them play how they play and let the game come to them. If that makes sense. Yeah. He gave them that freedom to be them and let the game come to them. Jalen Carter played 80, 70%, 75% of the snaps this weekend.
That guy is an animal, bro.
It was amazing.
Fletcher
and
Cox
has been amazing.
Wow. And then this dude comes in and he dominates that defensive line.
Yes, absolutely.
He's just all over. He can't be blocked, and the Commanders are going to be seeing a lot of that.
Absolutely.
A lot of that. That boy's hungry. That boy's powerfully strong. He's manhandling friggin' Pro Bowl offensive linemen left and right.
Absolutely. And Nolan Smith is a little underrated because of his size, but he makes up for his size with his speed.
He worked on his lateral movement.
He can chase you down. He can You know, he can get in the way. He can do all things. You know, I'm very happy with the way the defense played. They showed up. I'm also very happy with the way the offense played. You know what I mean? All the way around. Jalen, I think Jalen had a very solid game. There was questionable times where he took some sacks and things where he didn't need to.
Look, I think the knee injury later in the game and the not being able to kind of plant, cut, turn with the weather the way it was. I think a few of those sacks that he took wouldn't normally be there. He's really. I mean, anybody who watches this team and watches Jalen consistently knows he's pretty good at getting rid of the ball and not taking sacks.
Dude, that snow was coming down. So regardless of what anybody did yesterday, it was just a fucking war. It was just a straight war, and we wind up winning at you know, with that last minute play where they couldn't get a first down to continue that drive. But I really do feel like that this team just plays for one another, and it's the next man up. It's one guy. It comes down to sometimes one play, especially in the playoffs, and I felt like to guard the sidelines the way we did right there was awesome. And also we guarded the middle of the field so they couldn't get a touchdown in the middle of the end zone like the Commanders did against us.
Yep.
You know, when we lost that game at the last minute.
Yeah, number 34. I'm not really sure his name. What is
Isaiah Rodgers.
Isaiah Rodgers came in for Quinyon Mitchell. Did a fantastic job. Fantastic job filling it.
That was one of my questions that I had for later in the show, but I'll ask now because Alan kind of segued into it. Was, are we actually deeper on this team as far as depth goes behind our starters than we might think?
I believe we are this year compared to last year.
Yeah.
Because one guy out usually meant that we were screwed. One guy out meant we were screwed, and Dean went down. Trot came in. Friggin' Burks came in.
Burks.
You know, Brandon Graham
Rodgers
went down.
stepped up for Mitchell.
Smith came in. Yeah.
Dotson has stepped up. I know nobody got hurt.
And let's not forget, you got Sidney Brown, bro. You got Sidney Brown.
He's a special teams madman right now.
You got Kaylee Ringo too. As another. I mean, that secondary is so deep. We haven't had that much depth in years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those are the teams that usually win the Super Bowl, man.
Well, gentlemen, in the lobby right now is our guest, Pat Callahan, host of This Week in Pro Football. We're going to bring him in. I hope he's ready, and I didn't just put him on the spot here. Let's put him up there in the middle. Pat, how are you, buddy?
I'm ready.
All right.
Hey, Pat, how you doing? Thanks for coming on.
We might be having some technical difficulties here with Pat.
No worries.
Segue.
Yeah, I'm gonna move Pat. There we go.
There he is.
I'm gonna move Pat back into the lobby for a minute, and hopefully we can kind of get him back up here in a second.
There we go.
Technical difficulties.
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
I have technical difficulties without technical difficulties.
Oh, don't we all?
I sometimes have trouble just logging in. So
I think we got Pat here now. Hey, Pat, how are you, buddy? Thank you for being on the show.
All right, can you hear me now, man?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Thank you. Appreciate the invitation. Thank you.
Thank you for having.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on, Pat.
It's an honor, Pat.
Quick question. Where are you from exactly?
Actually, I am Philly born and bred. I grew up first 6 years. I grew up in the shadow of Connie Mack Stadium. Down in
wow.
Okay, so you're in North Philly there.
Well, I was, and then I got a Northeast Philly boy. Went to Northeast High, Temple, graduated Temple U.
Okay,
and now I live
in so you got a couple of Grace Ferry guys here from South Philly.
Right.
And then I know Fuge, you're from where are you from? Port Richmond area?
Originally South Philly, but grew up in Mayfair.
Okay, we're at South Philly.
9th and Morris and 7th and Beers.
So right around the corner from you, Willie Guns. Well, So I was going to ask you what parish you were from, because that's a typical question you ask somebody from Philly is what parish.
That is true, and yet I am the exception because I hear people do that all the time. Oh yeah, he lives over by St. Anselm's, or he's at St. Troy of Aikman, and I'm like, I don't know where any of these parishes are. I grew up in my whole life. I have no idea.
That's funny.
Meanwhile, I go to church every week like a good boy. I want that on the record. All right?
Like a good lapsed Catholic. That would be me. Now, growing up in Grace Ferry, I had the choice of either being a Penn State or Notre Dame fan. I don't know where you. Obviously you went to Temple, so your college allegiance might lie there. But
eliminates Penn State, TK. It's not my favorite now.
I understand. No, don't apologize. Don't apologize. If my eyes drift up here during this interview, I apologize. But the Irish are in the national championship, and you can see my Rudy jacket behind me. I'm a diehard Irish fan, but we're not on here to talk college football. We're on here to talk Philadelphia Eagles, and a big win yesterday in the divisional round to move on to the NFC Championship game this week against a divisional rival. Which we have a guy on our network who is we have a Washington's Commander insider. We're up here in Cole County, and I don't know if you know the history of the Washington Redskins at all, but they started in. They started in Pottsville, PA, and there was big things. So that's probably the best reason I've ever heard anyone give locally to be a fan of somebody in the division. But
let's used to have training camp in Washington in
the True, wasn't it?
In Pennsylvania for years.
Maybe that might be a bit before my time. But yeah, I'm not sure. So let me jump right in here. I know we don't have you for too long, and we'll go around the table. All the guys have a question or two for you. Offensively, what did you see? What stood out to you in yesterday's game that they could do better and that they did well?
Well, obviously 34 rushes for 285 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Eagles' offensive line is just the Mount Rushmore of offensive lines. They're just a bunch of giant, muscular monsters, especially when they play the Rams. It's ridiculous. Two games, Saquon Barkley has 460 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. It's ridiculous. We're not talking about Barkley 2 run. These are 70 yards, 60 yards, 78 yards. So that's how they won the game. The Eagles won the game because they hit big plays and they forced the 2 turnovers. The Rams had no turnovers. And so the upside for Philadelphia is they can run the ball with anybody. The downside, obviously, and I apologize if I'm getting ahead of myself here, but the downside, is passing game. 65 net passing yards. That's a little frightening. But you win the game. You play to win the game. They won the game. But that passing game looks definitely below par. It looks subpar right now. That's problematic, and it could be problematic as soon as this Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. I do feel weather played a big part, and I'm hoping. Let's put it that way. I'm hoping the weather played a big part in the lack of passing game.
Well, now Jalen went 15 for 20 for 198 yards. So I mean, 15 for 20 for 198 yards and a touchdown isn't too bad.
I don't think he was talking about that. You were basically talking about just overall, I think.
Oh, right, just Pat? Overall. Oh, overall.
Yeah, it's just overall. Jalen tends to, if you need him to throw the ball to win the game, he's questionable.
He's very quick. Yes, I still feel Jalen doesn't throw receivers open. I still feel he throws when they're open. If that makes
he's got to learn how to check down his options. He's got to learn how to check down his options. Obviously.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I misunderstood. Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing though was that Hurts was sacked 7 times, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And on the 7 sacks, the average length of time 7 sacks was like north of almost 3.5 seconds, 3.5 to 4 seconds. So I don't know what's going on with him right now. I mean, if he's struggling to find that outlet receiver, if the plays aren't designed to provide an outlet receiver, I don't know. But you just can't. I don't think you can defeat. Look at Washington. They ran Detroit out of town Saturday night with that pass.
Yes, they did.
What the hell? You know where it started? Washington's passing renaissance really started in the fourth quarter of the when they played Philadelphia down in DC. All of a sudden, the kid took off. He's been dynamite since. He was terrific Saturday night against a shocked Lions team.
They were definitely stunned. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, if Mitchell cannot play Sunday, they're going to have trouble with McLaurin. I mean, they're going to have trouble.
Yes. I'm glad. I'm glad you brought that up.
You're gonna have to rely on the pass rush. Sorry, Alan. You're gonna have to rely on the pass rush.
I mean, this kid, he looks like Lamar Jackson with a rocket arm. This kid, the quarterback Jaden Daniels, and he doesn't seem to be fazed by a bad pass rush. Yeah, he is the most mature rookie quarterback I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think we would all kind of echo that sentiment. It's really he
could define the conference, the league for years to come. Just the way he plays, right. His athletic ability, the way he can see the field, deliver the ball, and do what he does. I mean,
escape too if he has to.
Darn good.
Oh yeah. By the way, Alan, I just want to clarify. Hertz was 15 to 20 for 128 in that game.
Oh, 128.
128. Yeah.
128. Okay.
I think he was doing total yards. No, he was doing total yards, I think.
You're exactly right, Willie. He ran for 70. So you're right. He accounted for 198.
Okay. I apologize. Thank you for correcting me. I appreciate that.
I'm just saying.
My wife is probably applauding you right now.
Yeah, she texted me the right numbers. 120.
I imagine she would.
128 yards pass. Come on now. This is big boy football, right? And
especially when you have
Snowstorm threw for 324.
Yes.
Yeah. Especially when you have receivers like AJ Brown and Smith and Goddard out there.
It's mad.
Barkley that could catch the ball out of the backfield, and Gainwell could catch it out of the backfield. Calcaterra showed that he could get come on, bro.
I feel Goddard had a very good game yesterday.
Dude, you could have scored more points. That's how good the Eagles' offense is. But apparently Jalen just, I don't know, dude. He just holds on to the football too long. And
AJ Brown and Devonta 6 for 35 yesterday.
That's crazy. That's horrible.
That is all it was. It was 35 yards.
Yeah.
Wow.
Screw my parlay.
Well, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. Fuchs, I know Fuchs. I know you said you had a question for
Kenny
Pat.
Gainwell touchdown,
I needed 60 yards from AJ Brown, bro. That's all I needed.
Pat, I just had a question about Jake Elliott. I mean, is it how concerning is it with this kicking game? I mean, do you think he's hurt, or is it just psychological?
No, I don't think Mike. I don't think he's hurt. I mean, he drilled the field goals in really adverse conditions. He just blew the 2 extra points. Like all of us would hit a pitching wedge.
Right.
So I say this. It doesn't even matter now, Mike, whether you're concerned or – well, maybe it does. If Sirianni is really concerned, he's going to start going for 2, which he could do, right?
Exactly.
So you only got 2 games left. But I will hazard this to you. I don't think there's any way Jake Elliott's the Eagles kicker next year. I don't see it.
No, definitely not.
You just can't have that, right? You just can't have – okay, get out there, kick this field goal, will you? And not know if he's going to do it. So
he could have lost us the game. He could have lost us the game.
Yeah.
I think I messaged the guys during the game. Jake Elliott went from Jake for the make to Jake for God's sakes. Like,
I like that one.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, no.
Well, Will, I know you said you had a question for Pat as well.
Yeah, I got a question. Do you feel, because we were able to play the Commanders twice this year, obviously we split it, Jalen got injured in the game, and then that whole game changed, even though we got to give Jaden Daniels credit for what he does and how he runs an offense. But do you feel like because of those 2 games, the film we have and the adjustments that we possibly could make, do you think the Eagles are going to be able to go by all that and be able to beat this Commanders team this Sunday?
Willie, I'll say this. I mean, the Eagles they're a 5.5-point favorite. Over under is 47.5, by the way, for those of you who engage in that kind of chicanery. But I think Philly should win the game, right? Philly should win the game. They're up against a rookie quarterback and a roster in Washington, most of whom have never been in a pressure cooker game like an NFC Championship game, right? The Eagles, they've done it quite. That's a veteran roster, or they have enough veterans on the roster that they know what these games are all about. The Eagles are playing at home. I think they're a solid favorite to win the game. I think the fact that they have the film, I don't know. I mean, Washington has the same film. So, I mean, I would hazard the guess to you that the Washington passing game is more complex now than the Eagles passing game is. So I don't know which team the film helps better. I know this, if I'm the Commanders, boy, I am going to stack that line of scrimmage and say, Jalen Hurts,
beat me.
You're going to have to beat me. You got to prove it.
Yeah.
Why would?
Well, that's what I was worried about. That's why I asked you the question, because you got to adjust. You have to adjust to what they're going to do, and do you feel like the Eagles can do it?
It needs to be quick throws.
I mean, I think
quick.
Yeah. Well, it's about time. Look, I'll give you this opinion. I'll tell you, I don't want my top receiver reading it. Can I swear on this show?
I agree.
We're not mad at you. We're not mad at you.
I can't have my receiver reading a damn book on the sidelines. Enough of that BS. If you're going to look at some of the sidelines, how about looking at one of those?
The tablets.
The Microsoft tablets.
You're not getting the ball.
Or how about him giving motivation? He's a damn captain. You're sitting there reading the friggin' book.
I never noticed. You never reads the book when he has 10 catches for 125 and 2 touchdowns. You never see the book.
Right.
Yeah, but
maybe he's frustrated. Maybe he's frustrated with Jalen too.
Well, he is, but I mean, like you just said Billy a minute ago, you're frustrated with Jalen. Then sit down with him and say, "Here, I got the tablet here. Maybe we could try this. Maybe we could try that." Yep. So I think Brown is an absolute key to the game. I think he's a key to the game.
Absolutely.
I think the Commanders are going to make Hurts win the game. And,
I agree. Totally agree.
Yeah. But it's not a gimme. I'll tell you that, man. I thought they would beat the Rams. I know comfortably, but I had said 27-13, and I looked like a genius with 4.5 minutes to go. But holy hell,
that safety blew it up. That safety blew it out of the water.
When you drop into a prevent defense too, it enables them to move down the field.
Right, exactly.
All the prevent does is prevent you from winning.
I know that. I mean, they shut that pass game down 56 minutes. Next thing you know, the Rams are going to down the field.
Vegas got the call. Vegas got the call.
Yeah.
I always say that, Pat. I'm sorry, but Vegas got the call. That's what happened.
All right, Pat. I know we got a few minutes left. I have one for you, and I mean this can kind of go around the table too. He's played one full season and 2 playoff games as a Philadelphia Eagle. Is Saquon Barkley hands down the best running back that's ever played in this city? And can you say it in one season? Now I know I know there's Wilbert Montgomery's out there, and I know there's Shady McCoys and Brian Westbrooks, but the year he's had,
right. I'd say yes to that question. I think he's the most talented running back the Eagles have ever had, and believe me, men, I've been I was saying on my show last week, I was actually at the game when Jack Ruby was shot. So
Jesus.
So I have seen. I know. I sound like the Quaker Oats guy. I'm sorry about that. But so I've seen plenty of Eagle running backs, and this guy's the Kelly Green or the Evergreen, whatever. So yes.
Yeah.
Well,
totally agree with that.
Tires because he missed the Giants. Giants didn't use him. Giants.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'll be forever in their debt, and I'm preferential to the Kelly Green. The K and TK stands for Kelly, so I'm definitely a fan of the Kelly Green.
That's a good question, Tom. But I also think that Barkley may be one of the best running backs to ever suit up in the NFL.
Agreed.
Well, had he not spent his first 6 years in New York,
he
would have been. He would be looked at that way,
especially with no offensive line. in front of him.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, he gives the offensive line credit
Pat's
too. I mean, you see his shirt. His shirt says it all. That's an amazing shirt. I got to get that shirt actually.
Absolutely. Pat, are you still with us or did we lose you? I think we might have lost Pat. I will put him back into the lobby for now, and if we can get Pat back on, I'll put him back in.
Great guess.
Yeah,
great guess.
He was amazing. He was amazing.
I wish we had a better connection with him, but very good guess.
We will absolutely, have Pat back on here.
I love that he checked me and put me in my place about the
come on this show any day of the week.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Sometimes I spit things in the head that just don't.
Hold on.
I helped you out.
There it is. That's back.
Have I made it back? God.
Yes,
I
don't know if it's me or you. I have Adele, and geez, I don't know. Adele is
dude, you getting Adele?
Yeah, Geez.
Grow up, Alan. Grow up. And Pat, you're talking. I like you said, you were at the game where Jack Ruby was shot. Myself and Willie over here, we used to sneak into Franklin Field when we were kids and play football in the end zone.
I'll do that now.
The Eagles were never in it, so it probably had lots of room to stretch out. But
100%.
Yeah, I think Barkley is probably the best I've seen after only one game in one season. But that guy's immensely talented. I was saying before I lost you guys that there's really a lot of tread left on the tires with him. He missed a season with that injury. The Giants never knew how to use him. They never played the postseason, and they were always throwing the ball from the second half on because they were always losing. So I think the Eagles could get a couple more really, really good years out of him. So,
I agree.
Definitely.
The fact that the Giants are bringing back their GM after a move like that is mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Hey, I got one more question for you. Where are you watching the game at on Sunday?
Well, I have. Let me confess something to you guys. I am the world's biggest LA Ram fan, the biggest Rams fan.
Okay.
Sunday, this past Sunday, I was offered a ticket in the suite to go to the game. And I figured, all right, for everybody's sake, including mine, I think I'll pass on that. So, but this Sunday, no, I'll be watching. I think in my den, I'll just watch the game on air. And the Eagles are the early game, right? They're the 3:00 game.
3:00 game, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then.
Well, are you pulling for them at least?
Thank you.
That's all we need.
I'll pull like hell for the Eagles now. But I wanted to just let me say one other thing too about the AFC game. I wish Buffalo all the best, but as the Houston Texans we're talking about, and it's true because I have Sal Powell on my show every week, and even he said there are Jordan rules in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes. He is the Michael Jordan of the NFL.
Yes, he is.
Those two calls Saturday against Houston resulted in 10 Kansas City points in a game which they won by 9. And
egregious.
It's ridiculous. It's and now Buffalo goes in there. Buffalo knows they have to play perfect.
Totally agreed. Totally agreed.
Yeah.
So they almost have to play more than perfect in order to have a chance to win.
Absolutely.
All right.
That's all right, Pat. Look, we thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, thank you,
Pat. Amazing. We want you back on very soon.
Absolutely.
Very soon.
Maybe we can get you. If there's a run into the Super Bowl, maybe we can get you back then.
Oh yeah.
We'll have to. We'll have to send Pat a laptop that's not a Dell. But thank you again to Pat Callahan from this week in pro football. We appreciate it greatly.
I use a Chromebook, dude. So if he just gets a Chromebook, he'd be in good shape. My Chromebook doing pretty good.
Thank you. Got my little tabby. What's up?
So now that we get in, I got some people in the comments. Don't think I didn't see you folks commenting.
Shiznit. We got some comments.
We got some comments. I wanted to make sure we gave Pat his due diligence, and like I said, completely grateful. The Irish are not doing as well as I would like them to be doing.
Currently, it's only 14-7.
Yes, for now. Jesus, take the wheel. Anyway, but we have a resident Cowboys. We have a resident Commanders insider who just happens to be a co-owner here at Cole County Radio.
There we go.
Now I want to make sure that I give this gentleman his due diligence before I bring him into the studio. This man was a fan of this show back when we were on Saturday mornings, and he tuned in every Saturday, and he commented in every week. And his master plan was to get me up here in Cole County and start a radio network or an entertainment network. And his master plan has come to fruition. Ladies and gentlemen, in with us right now, Commanders insider Norm Deal.
Norm.
Norm.
I don't know.
The enemy.
Welcome, Norm. Welcome.
Welcome in officially.
Dude, I love watching you guys every week. I absolutely love it. Even though I'm just downstairs, I love watching it.
We appreciate it. You have you and I.
Thanks for giving us home field advantage for this NFC Championship.
Yes, we really appreciate that. No one's beating us in Philly, so we appreciate it.
While we're talking, I'm going to go into some of the comments. Redskins, did you forget something? No, Spectre, I didn't forget anything. I have a hard time always remembering that they're the Commanders because for the guys that are sitting here on this panel growing up, they've always been the Washington Redskins.
They're the Redskins, yeah.
And
whatever.
Are they trying? They're going back to that, aren't they?
The rumors about
they're talking
they've
about
been kicking it around.
I would be ecstatic.
Look, they are the Redskins. That's not a shot at.
I wouldn't want my
21.
team's name changed like that either, Norm. I agree. I would have never wanted my team's name changed.
No, someone can fact check me on this, but I thought there was like a Native American group that was behind.
There was. You're absolutely right.
Right, the change of the name back to the Redskins because the chief on the helmet, it was like one of the big chiefs, and it was like glorifying him going into war every time they.
Right.
So this
every
is
time they took the field
because of the woke media. It goes back in the woke era.
Yeah. Conspiracy theories, you know.
We're gonna bring this name back.
Spectre. Yeah, I love that. Jaden Daniels could be the youngest QB to win the Heisman and the Super Bowl if he doesn't inevitably lose to the Eagles.
I mean,
all this was said about Washington playing the Lions.
Here we go.
There's no way Lions are gonna.
How many analysts picked the Eagles to lose to the Rams, the scary big Rams? I mean, with what Pat was saying, he looked like a genius up until that last drive. But like you said, prevent defense means you prevent them from winning.
No, I said this on the show last week.
Every time, that's all it does. You let them move right down the field.
Detroit's defense was trash. I said that on the show last week. Detroit's defense was trash, and it showed. And the Eagles' defense is not trash like that. So it's not going to be that easy for the Commanders. It's not.
The Detroit's defense might have been garbage, but look what they did to the Vikings. I mean, you got some.
The Vikings are choke artists, though, Norm.
I understand
you know that. They choke.
Yeah, I get that. But
sucks to be a Vikings fan. I can tell you that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But they still.
Yo, Rory, feel bad for you out there. Love you.
From scoring all them points.
Sorry. I mean, it is what
Norm,
it is.
What were you saying, Norm? I didn't hear you.
No, I don't even care.
You know what, though? Vikings, get them out of here. Lions, get them out of here. The class of the NFC resides in the NFC East, and that's what we're talking about right now.
I'll give the Commanders mag credit, bro. They bowled out all year long, so I'll give them credit.
They're going to meet their demise this Sunday.
Washington is playing with house money. This is a rebuild year, and they made it to the NFC Championship. What can I complain about?
Look, that's a great see, and Norm and I had this conversation. That is a phenomenon. I remember feeling that. I remember feeling that the Eagles in 2000 and 01 and 02 were playing with house money. Then it started to change, and then you started expecting things. Then we had a little lull, and Chip Kelly came in, and he had one good season after Andy kind of died off. And then Andy goes on to be one of the greatest coaches of all time. But now, being an Eagles fan, there's different expectations. Like if the Eagles are fortunate enough to beat the Commanders on Sunday, this is their third Super Bowl appearance in 8 years. That's a big friggin' deal, man.
Huge deal.
And the Chiefs don't want to see us. The Chiefs don't want to see us or Buffalo.
Honestly, I think the Chiefs want to see either one of these teams. The team, I believe,
quarterback in Jaden.
I believe the NFC is far stronger than the AFC this year.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Yep.
Like the Commanders went toe-to-toe with Baltimore. What did you lose by 3 in that game, Norm?
Yep.
So toe-to-toe with Baltimore. We beat Baltimore. We beat Pittsburgh. Usually we're on the losing end of that, and the AFC is stronger. I truly believe the NFC is, and especially the teams that are left in the NFC.
Absolutely.
And it just so happens to be the NFC East, which I love. And Vaughn Vassay, if you're out there watching, just in case you're out there watching, we're talking about the class of the NFC East, not the dumpster, not the bottom of the NFC East.
Can we bring back the NFC East when it was black and blue days, where you faced up next to the Redskins, the Cowboys, the Giants, and that was a war every Sunday. It was a war, no matter what. Back in the day, that's how it was.
Division of football.
My man, Justin McNulty checking in. Bunch of studs here. Go Irish! I love it. Go Irish! Justin McNulty. He also says Josh Allen is sending Kermit home. Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here.
Not stand how that dude talk.
He definitely sounds like Kermit the Frog. Touchdown, Ohio State.
When God made him, he was watching the Muppet Babies. You know what I mean?
Possibly.
Okay, we're gonna give this.
I'm on delay, Tom.
Kid that voice.
Shit. Are you messing with me or are you serious?
No, I'm serious. I'm watching it right now.
Fire away, young man. Fire away.
You believe
son of a gun.
The NFL playoffs have changed since the Eagles, Washington, Lions. Nobody's punting anymore.
No.
Fuji, you answer this, Fuji. I want Fuji to talk, man. We're all just firing this. I want to hear some Fuji.
Nah, go ahead, Norm. What you were saying about puntings. You're right. You notice that.
Watch any game over the past 3 weeks.
Yep.
The amount of punts is almost non-existent. If it's 4th and 5, 4th and 6, teams are going for it.
Absolutely.
Because you can't leave points on the field. That's why you got to. That's the way the game is changed.
Teams are playing aggressive and not conservative anymore.
If they're on the other side of the 50, they're going for it. Not 9 times out of 10. You're right. If they have that yardage, and they're going for it.
Go ahead, Norm.
With that being said, 87% 4th down completions.
What you're
47% or 87% of your 4th down.
What is that? The Commanders? Yeah,
that's Washington.
That's
a lot.
Go ahead.
It is a lot.
Norm, I got 2 questions for you.
Yeah.
In your opinion, defense. Let's go deep. Let's go Washington's defense going up against Eagles offense. What's the biggest matchup in your opinion?
Got to be in the trenches.
Yeah.
Got to be in the trenches.
Well, then
the only way Washington has a chance is if they turn the Eagles one-dimensional. If you turn the Eagles one-dimensional, take Jalen running out and taking Barkley running out. That's the only chance Washington's got. I'll say it. If Barkley can run, Commanders are done.
I should have clarified this better, but
that rhymed. I like that. Barkley can run. Commanders are done.
Yeah.
I'll wear that shirt. I'll wear that shirt right now.
Right. Let's buy it. Let's make it right now. Pattison Ave Phanatics.
1-on-1.
Claiming that.
I want to see A.J. Brown with Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah.
I want to see that matchup.
That's a phenomenal matchup. I would like to see, hopefully Quinyon comes back. I would like to see Quinyon Mitchell on McLaurin.
No.
But you also have Sanistril out there for Washington.
Yes.
Dude's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Dude is everywhere. I don't care if he's on the other side of the field. He's coming. And
I think Saquon's in a different world right now, dude. I think Saquon will figure out a way, especially when he takes that handoff in the backfield. He makes that quick little lateral movement, and he just shifts to where if your blocking scheme's going the right way or whatever, he's going. And you saw that on that real big run. I think it was like a 70-yard run or something like that. And he does that at least once a game almost. Obviously, he rushed for over 2,000 yards.
I think they need Frankie Louvu to watch Barkley every play. Wherever he goes, Frankie Louvu's got to be there.
Yeah, I mean other teams have tried to spy Barkley too. They scheme themselves out of that spy a lot of times.
Absolutely.
But
this past Sunday,
Luvu's block on Jared Goff. Oh my God!
Oh yeah.
He knocked that kid back to the farm country or wherever the hell he's from.
Which they didn't even throw a flag on that play.
No. Well, this past Sunday, we were talking about the Saquon running the ball, right? Saquon, what did he say to Jalen before Jalen handed him the ball and he took off for 60 yards and a touchdown? What did he say to Jalen? Wrong side, right? They walked up there, sat up, looked at it, saw where the pressure was coming. Saquon said to Jalen, wrong side, handing off the ball, and choo.
I think a lot of those RPOs still give it to Barkley, dude.
Oh yeah,
because a lot of times he'll fucking hold on to the ball and then he doesn't do shit.
Then he doesn't do anything.
You should not be taking a sack on fucking RPO, bro.
No.
Come on.
I truly believe, and I said this when Pat was on, that a lot of the sacks that happen were plant foot, can't get out of with the snow on the ground and stuff like that, and then later in the game with his knee, obviously he came back into that game with his knee wrapped.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna have to keep an eye on him this week. We're gonna have to keep an eye on Quinyon Mitchell this week.
AJ Brown's knee, right? That's still a question, right?
Are they using AJ Brown as a decoy? Was it really more hurt than we actually know about? I don't know if we put any credence into that. And I also, Norm, I wanted to kind of touch back on when you were talking about teams going for it so much more nowadays. It seems like I truly believe the Eagles feel their defense gives them a leg up on most teams to where Sirianni feels more confident going for it on 4th and 4, 5 than obviously the tush push on 4th and 1. But I think they have so much confidence in the Eagles defense that gives them a little bit more bravado, so to speak, to go for it on 4th.
Let's just talk about that. Was an amazing game, though. Besides all this, that was a fucking amazing game, dude.
Absolutely.
That game had everything. That game had big play after big play after big play. Even if it was a sack for a big play, a pass breakup, forced fumbles, like that Jalen Carter forced fumble, bro. That was huge. That big sack that he got, that guy was probably, besides Barkley with over 200 yards rushing, I think it was friggin' Jalen Carter that was taking control of that game, dude.
Jalen Carter has become a monster. He has become a monster in this defense.
So Spectre checks in.
Sorry, he's killing it. He's just killing it. No, he's killing it.
Spectre checks in, says, so now that we're further into the playoffs, what do we think the Super Bowl picture is going to look like? Well, I can tell you it's probably going to be a 4-1 on this panel right here of Eagles to Commanders, and it's it's understandable. Everybody's kind of got the reasons as to why their team's going to win. I mean, I would, my jaw would hit the floor if Norm picked the Eagles to win. I don't think he will.
I think it's going to be a tough game, though. I think it's going to be.
It's going to be, dude. It's going to be a cakewalk. It's going to be a bloodbath. They're going to fight. It's going to be a bloodbath, and good old NFC East bloodbath.
So it's going to be game one. Eagles won by 6. Game 2, Washington won by 3. Neither of those games were a complete disaster for anybody.
No, right. It's going to be a bloodbath. They're going to fight tooth and nail, and they're
I'll tell you what, though.
At the end of the day, he's going to win the game.
I'll tell you,
in Philly.
What were we going to say, Food?
Hugh Douglas made a good point on IP today. And he said, the way this rivalry's resurrected, he said, you can basically have a rivalry with these two teams for the next 10 years.
Absolutely. The way Washington has grown, this quarterback, Terry McLaurin, I've loved him since he was a rookie for Washington. I was yep. I was a little he was one of them guys where I watched him play and I'm like, I want him. Why is he not an Eagle? You know what I mean? So
hell of a receiver.
So we got, this is going to be a battle, and it's going to be the best team's going to come out, and
Paul Spencer. Paul Spencer from Out of the Box Sports Network checking in with us. Please jump over to Out of the Box. They got a lot of great shows over there, Sully Squad and some other shows as well. Paul, if you folks don't know, is a huge Notre Dame fan like myself, like Alan. 2013 all over again, 21-7 at the half. The route is on. I have faith in Marcus Freeman, Paul. I believe he takes them into there at halftime and gives those men the exact kind of talk that they need to let them come out with their asses on fire. But Paul, love you, brother. Hope all is well. And thank you for checking in, man. Go Irish indeed. Norm, it is, we're about 45 minutes into the show. I would feel remiss if I didn't bring up a little bit of bet time. What are we doing for this game, brother?
What do you want to do? I want the eyebrows.
I don't want to give the eyebrows up. No shot.
I want the eyebrows.
We're going back to the eyebrows. We're going back there again.
Here we go. Listen, America, you're not getting Tom Kelly's eyebrows, okay?
He made it look like this.
Wow.
Sean, Waz, if you're out there, we love you, buddy.
He's too busy trying.
Oh, man.
I was thinking something along the lines of, if the Eagles win, you need to sing the fight song. And if the Redskins if the Commanders win, well, wait a minute. If the Commanders win, I will sing that Hail to the Redskins song, whatever it is. Yes.
Norm, I got one for you, Norm. If the Commanders win, I will watch the Super Bowl at your house with the Commanders jersey on.
Bet.
All right, so that's your bet with Will.
Now,
wait, Will. So what happens if
Norm's got to come here with you, TK, and we watch it at my house? And if we win, we're going down Broad Street.
We have too many people coming over.
There's people coming over for the Super Bowl already. For
your NFC, I got you.
Hold on. Well, what if if the Eagles make it to the Super Bowl and win, Norm has to come to the parade and wear Eagles gear.
Oh my God!
Eagles gear.
That gives you a better percentage. That gives you a better percentage because there's two games the Eagles would have to win against your team and then against whoever comes out of the AFC. So,
could you imagine if we did a live remote at the fucking parade?
That is my exact plan. If the Eagles are fortunate enough, Lord Jesus and the football gods, I pray to you.
Let's go.
I'm not, and I'm not praying to you to win fantasy football. I'm just praying to you so that the Philadelphia Eagles will somehow be Super Bowl champions again. But anyway, I like the you come to the parade and rock some Eagles gear, and then maybe if they were to win, you could see how a real football parade is done.
And if Washington wins a parade, I'll go to their parade and wear a Washington Commanders jersey. There you go. There's a lot of shit unfolded here.
Wow.
Oh well, Will, you're going.
I'm confident on my team. I'm confident I ain't gonna have to do that.
Oh, I know. Your eyebrows?
Nah, never.
I want, but you were willing to sacrifice mine, you bastard.
Anytime.
I could get rid of my chin strap. Would that be fine? What if I got rid of my chin strap?
All right, hold on. So, Spectre, no, if the Eagles win, we got to say goodbye to the beard, Norm. Oh, my God. Spectre's calling for your beard, Norm.
Wow. I am totally for that.
I don't know. Can he I don't know.
If somebody shaves their head.
And Paul Spencer checks in. He don't give a damn who wins this game. Let it be known, Paul Spencer is a diehard Cowboys fan, but the man calls it like he sees it, and you got to give him respect there. If they play great,
27 birds.
Damn, it sucks to be him.
If this game is that close, I hope to God that
a baker's dozen, Bob.
That'll be about a baker's dozen, Bob. Because I could be keeling over at any minute with a heart attack from that game if it's that close. I mean, Christ, this last one, with the Rams marched down and scored because of your stupid prevent defense. Don't even get me started.
Don't get in, dude. Stay in zone, stay in man. Do not do prevent. Prevent does nothing but prevent you from winning the game.
And not only that, why do you got Nolan Smith who should do pass rush?
Big chunks.
Defend in the flats.
It's the worst defense ever designed.
Did you guys notice that?
Anyone still uses it.
What's up?
Did you guys notice that they had Nolan Smith a lot on those drives defending the damn flats when he should be fucking pass rushing?
No, I didn't know. I know.
Dude, there were so many times where Nolan Smith was in the flats, like when he should be pass rushing. They were running
he
stunts
should
up the middle, and Stafford was just getting rid of the ball quick. I mean, we were getting there, but I need Smith on that pass rush.
absolutely.
I don't need him in the damn flats, and he was getting burned. And Nuka made some key catches on that drive, dude. So, but that was in the snow too, though. Also, it was. I don't know. I feel like it had to be an exciting game. Like Norm was talking about in our group text about like the LA fires and all, you know, the conspiracy theory, which could be, hey, we want the Rams there. You know, the Eagles could have defied all odds in that game. Like they really could have. Like it looked like almost that miracle was going to happen, that the Rams were going to win. I was even feeling that. Like, but then Jalen gets that huge sack.
X factor.
And that's it. That's it. I was thinking like we need a Brandon Graham type play from the Super Bowl, and that's the guy that came through. Jalen Carter, bro. Yep. He stepped it up. The whole defensive line stepped it up, but
listen. I was going to ask you guys, and we'll get back to the matchup here in a second. Was this Jalen Carter's best game as an Eagle? 5 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, and 1 forced fumble. And I mean, an opportunistic forced fumble, not like some garbage time fumble. Like that was huge.
He must have a high football IQ, dude. He must really be paying attention to a lot that goes on in that field.
The fact that this kid barely played last year and this year is playing like what 75% of all.
What are you talking about? Nolan Smith?
No, Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter didn't barely play last year, did he? He played a good amount of games. So.
He wore out towards the end of last season.
Yeah,
he's a bully out there.
Not the percentage of what he's playing. He's playing far more football every game than he did.
You see that jersey? You see that jersey over my shoulder there? That is Jalen Carter. He is that good. He is that disruptive. He is Jerome Brown-esque. A young talent like that. Yes, a modern day.
Speed, agility, strength. He just
the strength is off the charts. Like he's blowing up double teams, which enable like you're short man. You're short man on their O line. So you're either keeping somebody in, chip blocking somebody that gets in the backfield, and the guy still had 2 sacks yesterday, being double teamed all day. God, that's
all day,
crazy.
Every Sunday he's double teamed, and every Sunday he keeps going out there and doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it well.
And
little LL Cool J right there.
Happy birthday!
He took over. Right. He totally took over, bro. He just like in the key situation, like where they were driving the ball up and down the field 2 straight drives, and on that final drive, man, I was fucking shitting my pants, bro. I was like, this is the Commanders game all over again.
Yeah,
I was saying call timeout, like right before they were going to hike that ball. I was screaming timeout. And then when they finally hiked that ball, Jalen Carter, when our defensive line was out there that whole time getting gassed, that dude still came through. This dude is something else. This dude is going to be the future defensive player of the year. He's got this coming to him. Like this guy is dangerous, bro.
So Norm, what are your thoughts on that particular bet there about going down to the parade if the Eagles are fortunate enough to win?
Dude.
I feel the same way you, because if you asked me to go to if Washington won, I'd be like, dude, I'll watch the house. You guys go enjoy yourself.
No, I'll go.
Here's my whole thing, and I've told DK this. There is a difference between you guys and your usual Eagles fans. You guys have what is known as the worst fan base. It is just one of those I hate Eagles fans because of a certain select few, which DK has abundantly told me.
We hate them too, Norm. Trust me.
Yeah,
I get that. Yeah. But you hating them as Eagles fan and me hating them as a different team. I explained to TK that we have people up here that went to Eagles games and their kids were getting beers poured on. It was Eagles.
May I say one thing? I think anybody on this panel right here would haul off and crack somebody if they saw him pouring a beer on a kid's head.
Understandable.
Women and children are all off limits. Women and children are off limits.
We were at,
You're
Tom,
a grown
you remember
man.
how many people I took out?
Then, hey.
Yeah.
Yep.
But,
Women and children off limits.
Sorry, Alan.
You not liking your fan base, totally understandable.
Dude, I really don't, to be honest with you.
That's what ruins
I've
it for
gone-
everybody
I've
else
gone to
that's an Eagles
Baltimore.
fan.
I've gone to Baltimore. The fans were amazing. The stadium is beautiful. I've gone to Washington. I've sat with Green Bay fans during a playoff game. It was spectacular. Green Bay fans are awesome. I cannot go to an Eagles game wearing this.
No, not at all.
No, I wouldn't.
Not at all.
Sure,
It's-
it's a shame. It's
So
like walking
that
into
is-
the Lions then.
Yeah, but I thought we were supposed to enjoy football. But I digress. Me going to a football team.
Here's the thing, though.
Their
If you
Super
go to
Bowl, that I absolutely hate their fan base because of what they are. Not all of you. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, it's not
Would
even all of
really-
us at all. It's the few.
Right.
It's the few bad eggs. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of them. I'm not going to say few, and they love it though. Those are troublemakers. Those are the guys at the bar that are snaking people. Those are the guys that probably beat their fucking wives. They beat. Come on, dude. Let's call a spade a spade. There's a shit ton of fucking douchebags in Philly. There's a shit ton of douchebags in Philly, bro, and that's what it is.
They're all
Alan, did you get that reference, Alan?
the spade.
That's what it is.
Right there.
No. What Norm was saying, guys having to get carried out of the stadium. We went to a Giants game.
Oh Jesus! I didn't have to get carried to that stadium. I walked out of my own fruition.
Motherfucker, I carried you downstairs on my goddamn shoulder because you were about to fist fight 25 fucking Giants fans.
Well, that's what you get. That's what you get.
There's a certain.
Hold on.
I was in New York. I was in backing down, and we won that football game. I talked shit, and we won. What?
Hold on. In Alan's defense, yeah, he was cheering, and they jumped on his ass like a lot of Eagles fans would jump on an outside team. He was literally, I'm like, this dude's gonna fist fight 30 people. I got to get him out of here. We didn't even watch the end of the game. I carried you down 3 flights of stairs, and then you were like, put me down, I can walk. I'm like, I just needed to get you away from this crowd of rowdy New Yorkers.
I did
elbow fist fighting back to back.
I did elbow that one guy in the back of the head before he got me out of there.
You're not helping my point here at all.
So,
We were in New York. They wanted the smoke, and I brought the smoke.
Yeah, you did. You also locked yourself in a goddamn cooler. I had to get you out of there, you maniac. Look, I've had plenty of fun times at Eagles games myself, and I understand that. And anybody that's sitting here, there's that built-in chip on your shoulder. But
they fight each other.
Guys, we won the Super Bowl. We won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we fight
fairly recently. We do fight each other, but we won the Super Bowl fairly recently. That chip should be gone. It should be gone. But I don't think it's ever going to be.
Dude, I'm too old now, dude. I go down there.
It's not even the fan, dude. It's just the people. It's the people that are some people from Philly. You know, Alan. You know, TK. I know Foods knows. Norm doesn't really know fully, but the people in Philly, we have a lot of bad people in Philly.
Yeah.
A lot. And we have a lot of good too. I'm not sitting there and saying that at all, but like a lot of them, when they go to these games, yes, they want their team to win, but they don't give a fuck about any other team and don't even know the other team's players. That's how awful of a fan that they are. They don't know who the fuck they're playing against. They just say, hey, go Birds, go Birds, go Birds. But when you ask them a lot of questions like how we are, we're going over everything. We're dissecting this shit. They can't dissect it.
A lot of guys.
Give the ball to Barkley. Give the ball to Barkley.
Look. A lot of guys like to drink and have a good time. Okay, and then they get a little rowdy. I like to drink and have a good time, but I'm a happy-go-lucky guy when I'm drinking. I don't want to fight nobody.
If you're gonna, I'm a believer of it. If you're a fan, also be a fan of the sport itself. Like that's how I am. So I watch other games.
Be able to
you know what I'm saying?
Be able to back up your shit talk. Like
if I
Never
want to
back
go
it
to a football game
with
and
facts.
enjoy the football game, no matter where it is, I should be able to go, sit there with my family, and enjoy the football game, and not have to worry about the 100 assholes behind me.
Oh, they will. They will. They'll destroy you, dude.
And
It's awful.
That is why it would be very difficult for me to even go to a Philadelphia Super Bowl parade, if in fact there is one. Not
Well,
Well, you could go. You would have to wear a bird jersey.
Norm, all of my arguing, all of my
I got plenty.
repeated
I can give you
attempts, all of my repeated attempts over the last couple of days just got completely thwarted by Willie Guns right here saying that they are pieces of shit.
Oh.
I tried so hard to stand up for this fan base, and you and Alan were both like, nah, we're scumbags.
We are, man. As a whole, we are. Foods knows it, right? Foods.
Foods.
We'll go around the NFL. I mean,
But women and children are off limits. I'm going to say that.
Well, they're supposed
again.
to be.
well,
Do not go after women and children.
if
A
you
grown
go
man,
around-
hey, he'll punch he'll knock your teeth in. So they're fair game. You know what I
If
mean?
you go around the NFL, you see these fights that break out, whether it's really wherever, San Fran, Dallas. I mean, how many fans were stabbed in San Fran and Oakland?
Yeah,
I mean,
Crazy.
we ain't stabbing people here, but Philly gets the bad rep in the black eye all the
Knock
time.
on wood.
Absolutely.
No matter what it is.
We had this discussion.
Yes.
We definitely had this discussion. And he said, look, it happens everywhere.
It does
I said,
happen
then
everywhere. He's
Then
right.
why
There's
does
douchebags in
Philly
all
get the
towns.
why does Philly get the bad rap for it? And he said,
we overdo
well,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it
we're not
happens
stabbing
more
people
often.
here.
Yeah.
True. San Fran's bad, dude. I've seen tons of videos
Yeah,
online of
gotta be-
San Fran.
You got to be careful walking around the streets, too. Watch where you step.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. It's
Oops, all over.
But then again, I've also seen like the Eagles fans on videos hanging out with the other team too at
Oh,
tailgate.
I'm sure there's good
So,
fans. You got
It's
four
the
right
bad
here.
eggs, Norm. It's the bad eggs. I'm not saying it's all of our fans, but we have a lot of uneducated fans and we have overeducated fans. We have them all. We have all
Norm,
different kinds of fans.
Norm,
All different
Norm,
kinds.
if
gonna
you
show
went
up
to
to
a
that
game with
Super
the
Bowl
four of
parade.
us, if you went to a game with the
Nobody's
four of
touching
us,
you.
you'd have it. No one would go near you. And if they
I'm
did,
not
they
saying that.
they would get hurt. I'm just saying.
No, they would, they
Wait
would
a second.
welcome him at a tailgate, but
Look,
when you're in the crowd, TK knows this. When you're in that crowd, dude,
look,
if they're going to go after you, they're going to go after you. It's the way they are.
It's not like we created a song and embraced that at all.
Yeah. Not at all.
Fight, Eagles, fight.
No, it's nobody likes us and we don't care.
That's
It's-
it.
It's nobody likes us and we don't care. And that's
Philly flipping Philly.
yes,
All
sir.
likes us, we don't care.
All right, I'm going to need a collective prayer here, real quick, for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish to come out. Yes, sir. Please, and thank you. All right, cool. Prayer done. Well, look, that's just going to about do it for this week. But I want to go around the round table, and I just need to get some predictions for scores for Sunday's game. I would like to start with our guest of honor, Norm Deal here. Norm, what is your prediction for the Eagles Commanders NFC Championship game? What is your score prediction?
Well, I need the score to stay low. If it stays low, it's going to be 28-24 Washington.
If it stays low, 28-24 Washington. Spector's giving Will a hard time. I love it. Will isn't right ever, but this is the only thing that he's right. Our fans suck.
Oh, man.
Boy, it's my boy, Blue.
I love it. I love being criticized. Love it.
He does love it.
But then,
Alan Andrikavich, what is your prediction for the Eagles Commander score?
oh, dude, it is going to be a battle till the end. I'm gonna go. Oh man, 31.
Excuse me, I just did that on air like an asshole.
31
What is it?
24 birds.
31-24, but Mike Fuji, what is your prediction for this game?
Birds 27. Washington 22.
Oh, the Irish are in trouble.
I now predict
Guns?
TK has a heart attack in the third quarter.
I'm going to go 30, 33, 31 Birds.
There you go. Yeah, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle.
Because that's my simulation.
There's going to be blood
I see 1 and 3 everywhere. So I put them all together, and I'm like, I gave us the upper hand on it. So it's not like I was an asshole about it. Yeah,
I'm going to go.
Norm had to obviously predict his team was going to win.
Yes. I'm going to go
how it is.
28-24. I'm going to split the difference between the Eagles win by 6 and Commanders win by 3 in the second game. I'm going to split the difference and say 28-24 Birds.
Tom, take the 28 away, Tom, because guess what? Jake Elliott is not going to make all those extra points.
Oh my God!
Oh, don't put that negative out there, bro.
I don't know if you guys.
I'm just saying, dude. Like, I don't trust the dude no more, man.
You know, I don't know if you. I don't know if you guys saw two of the most glorious snow angels you ever saw in your life this past week.
I saw.
I just went right up the pants leg, bro. Oh,
I totally got owned right there, by the way.
Oh, man. That's great.
But so Spectre says 27-14 Eagles. I like that score. That's a little less heart attacky. A little less heart attacky.
There you go.
See, when I see all those scores, normally not the team. We take a field goal. We kick a lot of field goals. I'm just saying, when I see those scores, I always think to myself, like, hell, like, how did the score happen? Is that 2 field goals and 3 touchdowns and all extra points are made? Like, you just don't know. Like, Jake Elliott's been missing extra points, missing field goals. What we get safety. We just had a safety happen to us, and we don't freaking know. I feel like it's going to be it's going to be a weird score. Put it that way. That's my prediction. It will be the Birds winning, but guarantee you there's going to be missed extra points and there's going to be missed field goals.
And Norm, with the way things are being played here, we might just be able to run right into Black Ops at this point, and I'll just watch it on my phone because what's that?
I'm thinking
they're about to go in and score again. It's about to be 28-7. So.
Oh, so what I'm
let's wrap this up. No, you're going to do what I do watching the Birds. Fumble.
Super Bowl winner.
Oh no!
Is here somewhere.
Wow.
So, right, the Super Bowl winner's coming out of the NFC East. Wow. I like the sound. Of that a lot.
Well,
listen,
the NFL builds up Allen and Mahomes a lot, so regardless of whatever teams go there, they're going to have the odds against them.
Well, listen. That'll do it for us here at the Pattison Ave Phanatics Show. For Alan Anchikavich, who literally disappeared into thin air like a ghost. For Will Guns, for Mike Fuji, and for special guest Norm Deal, I'm Tom Kelly. This is Pattison Ave Phanatics Show. Go Birds. We're out of here.
Turn on the sports show tonight. TK's got the energy right. We're guns take us to the fight. Pattison Ave, rocking the night. It's a fight.